of importance to us and to our leaders as they continue their very important summit. But we were going to take a quick shift right now, and we're going to joining us on Skype is Dr. Fatima Moussaoui, Senior Researcher for International Security and lecturer at Sciences Po in Paris, to give us the key discussions, or rather to discuss the key regional and international issues being addressed at the 45th Gulf Summit. Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us, Dr. Fatima.
Thank you for having me.
What strategic opportunities can GCC capitalize on to address geopolitical challenges in the Arabian Gulf and Red Sea regions?
We all agree that the current context of the region is full of challenges, but this context brings also opportunities. Where there is risk, there is an opportunity. The GCC summit is an opportunity to express the determination of the Gulf state to continue to work together and achieve common goals. The opportunity is to rethink the GCC as a single body, where each state member has a very precise function in line with its leadership and sovereignty. It's important to change the mindset and think of GCC as a regional state organization that have different countries operating with capabilities competing each other. Each Gulf state holds unique strengths, but collaboration amplifies them, positioning them as leaders in achieving shared goals, what are known in international relations as maintaining strategic alliances. I believe that this unstable environment has the benefit to push the Gulf state to unify more.
And how can the outcomes of the GCC summit contribute to enhancing regional security and stability, particularly in light of increasing threats?
Today, we are in transitional world where the organization of global and regional powers is seeking strategic balance. So the GCC should be part of this transitional world by continuing being involved as economic power, but also evolving as a diplomatic and future military power. To achieve the political and security objectives, it is important to forge closer ties, not only with the United States, but also with the European Union. The real question lies in the strategies to be employed for every cooperation. The genius of any strategic thought is knowing what foreign and security policies put in place, when, with who, and how to manage them all together. A geostrategic policy is like a musical orchestra, and the maestro, means the conductor, will lead the orchestra to create harmonious music. So we should point out that the EU-GCC summit of the last 16th of October in Brussels marked a historical step by being aligned on the same issues of the day and a common understanding to overcome current challenges, promote peace, security, prosperity for both regions through economy, investment, trade, free transition, and regional security. So I should add as well that another summit in the same perspective will take place in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia in 2026.
Indeed, and we will also be covering a lot of those points that you just brought up throughout this special coverage, as we've recorded special interviews on these topics that you mentioned, particularly in the context of international file and the Gulf Cooperation Council's relationship with the European Union. This brings me to my next question for you, Dr. Fatima. In your view, how can geopolitical strategies discussed in this current summit align with international frameworks to foster greater cooperation in the Middle East?
I think the GCC needs to rethink a new comprehensive geostrategic approach according to the ongoing situation in the Gulf. You know, the Gulf states needs to work with different Western partners, and as well regional partners, even they don't agree with them. The GCC should find ways to deal with the ongoing crisis in the Middle East, Gaza, Lebanon, and Syria, and so on. The Gulf countries are part of this region and are obliged to react. If not, it leaves a political vacuum to others express their influence. It's important to launch a new geostrategic vision at diplomatic and military levels to participate in this coming new balance of power in the region.
Senior researcher in international security and lecturer at Sciences Po in Paris. That's Dr. Fatima Moussaoui. Thank you so much for joining us and for sharing your insights with us.